Today's show is pre-recorded.
Y'all know what time it is. Y'all don't know, y'all better ask somebody. Hat on, suit on, looking like the Dapper Dawn, giving them microphone, dressed like $1 million, diamond things in its cuffs. Y'all tell me who could it be but Steve Harvey? Yeah, out there listening to me. Put your hands together for Steve Harvey. Put your hands together. Why don't you join me? Steve Harvey got to turn them out. Got to turn them out. Harvey turn them on in the morning, y'all. Come on, Steve. Come on. Do your thing, Big Daddy.
I sure will. Good morning, everybody. You are listening to The Voice. Come on, dig me now. One and only Steve Harvey got a radio show. Man, oh, man. Almost forgot I had one this morning, but I'm okay. I'll tell you where I am in a little bit. You know, I get around, man, there's so much. But, man, good morning, everybody. You know, today I was having a conversation with my wife last night, and we were talking about our plans. You know, we often sit down, you know, just like a married couple. I mean, you know, we're married. You know, we have children. We have aspirations. We have hopes. We have things we want. You know, when you're married, you know, I mean, it's important to sit with your partner. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. It's common sense, really. It's important to sit down with the person that you've chosen and decided to share your life with and have multiple conversations on a lot of things. And we try to make sure that all of our conversations aren't always just business related and always kid related, you know, because that becomes, it's a part of it, but it weighs so much on the marriage because that's the grunt work of being married. You know, your children, your family, your bills, your mortgage, your car notes, you know, the what's due, what's coming up. And if you're not careful, you'll start, that becomes the focal point of you all's conversation. And this woman or man or person that you've decided to have this life with, all of a sudden, they're an extension of your business. And you guys become business partners or whatever. And it just gets so, anyway, I'm just saying that it's important to sit down and have these conversations. But it's even more important to have the other conversations. You know, it's important with the person that you're planning on making the run with, to sit down and talk about other things, you know, on a more upbeat note. You know, we were having a conversation and she was reminding me of what she loved about me. And then I, in turn, was turning around telling her the things that I admired about her and loved about her. And we kind of have these all the time, you know, where we sit down and we talk about the things that we still enjoy about one another. Or we may talk about some of the things that we miss in one another. But we constantly have these conversations about appreciation. You know, it's so important, man, that the other person feels appreciated. So these things are important. But we got into the conversation deeper last night, and I was telling her about this idea that I had. and that I wanted her to help me with and make a phone call for me because she knows these people, and I was going to be doing this. And then my wife reminded me of something. Now, once again, as always, when I'm talking to you, I just keep it as real as I can. I don't know the Bible inside out. I can't quote to you scriptures and tell you exactly where it is. I just, I heard her say it, but it kind of blew by me. I was telling her about something I wanted to make happen, and she reminded me that there's a scripture somewhere, and somebody emailed it to me today, I'm sure, where the Bible reminds us not to be anxious for anything. Don't be anxious for something. And, it really mattered to me at that point yesterday that she brought this to my attention, because how many times I've been guilty of that in my past, and I've learned better now, but every now and then I need to be reminded, and I think what she was saying to me was, I've gotten to a point in my life, and we all should get to a point where, you've heard old people say this: if you're going to pray about something, then don't worry about it. And if you're going to worry about it, don't pray about it. Back to this. Be anxious for nothing. If you're going to trust in God, then do that. And trusting in him means sometimes you got to be patient. God has never been too late. You don't know the plan he has. You don't really always know his will. You definitely don't know his route, his way of doing anything. So he's always on time. He's always been there on time for me. He's always been there on time for you. How many times have you thought it was over only to find out it's really just begun? How many times have people wrote you off? There are those of you who have lost jobs, but you are still maintaining. But man, God has already began the turnaround process for many of us. Some of us lost jobs and now have better jobs. Some of us lost jobs and now has forced us to rekindle that dream and that vision for a business we had. It's sometimes the mishap is the thing you need to make something good happen. See, a lot of times we get so comfortable in our life where we just we get complacent. We just settle in, and when this is it and this is what I'm doing. But in actuality, God has a tremendous amount of abundance for you. He has an amazing amount of things. He has all these boxes packaged up with your name on them that he's willing to ship if you would just align yourself with some of his will so you could get some of these things. How many times have you thought it was over and it didn't really go over? How many times have you thought, this is it, and it wasn't it at all? Well, how many times have you thought, well, it don't look like this going to work out, and it didn't work out, but then something better came along? How many times has that happened? You've got to realize this, man. I was talking to a family who had got displaced from the Katrina thing that happened down there in New Orleans. And man, when they said, yeah, we got displaced from Katrina, and I braced myself because, oh, woe is me. Here comes this story. I got to hear this, and I got to be encouraged and think of something. It was totally different. They totally blew me away. Man, the brother said, man, it's actually the best thing that ever happened to my family. And I went, whoa. And he said, yeah, man. He said, because what happened was, he said, I got settled in. He said, plus, I was doing some things outside of my marriage down there. He said, I was doing some stuff in the streets I ain't need to be doing. He said, man, it all got washed away. We thought our life would never be the same. But he said, man, my life ain't need to be the same. He said, man, now we live up here in Texas. We got a house, don't know nobody. He said, I ain't got nobody I know to get into trouble with. He said, man, I done rediscovered my wife, how beautiful she really is, how much my family really was counting on me. And he said, man, it straightened me up, man. He said, so I got to tell you, Steve, it was the best thing that ever happened to me. Now, that's not always the case, but it's how you look at a situation. But just don't be anxious for anything, because God got a fix for you if you just let him work. So just stay on course. Stay focused. Don't lose faith. Don't be anxious, man. Just Stay in the wheel. Let God work with you. He got some great stuff in store for you.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me have it. Your undivided attention. Steve Harvey Morning Show is about to go live. Live. Shirley Strawberry.
Hey, good morning. We are all the way live.
Carla Farrell.
Alive and kicking it. What's up, Steve Harvey Morning Show?
Full house this morning. That doggone Junior boy is back.
Morning, everybody. Morning, everybody.
That damn J. Anthony Brown is here.
It's all the way live.
Nephew Tommy.
Yay. I'm in the building, Uncle Steve. You know that. You know that.
We're live. We are live. Thank God.
None other than himself. Ladies and gentlemen, himself. Morning. Morning, everybody.
I like when you intro yourself.
Me too. I love it. Well, welcome back, Junior. Happy belated birthday.
We missed you.
man.
We did
Happy
miss you,
birthday.
man.
Belated birthday, Junior.
Happy belated birthday, man.
I'm off
What
with
you
this
do,
thing,
boy?
man.
What you do?
Nothing.
Oh, yeah. You did something.
Did.
Oh, you
COVID.
did
Did
something.
COVID.
Yeah.
No,
Nothing.
you can act like you ain't do nothing, but you did something.
Yeah. COVID takes all
If I
your
tell you,
plans.
dog, you can't make no plan. COVID got all that. Everybody's birthday shut down right now,
I
right?
know.
Yeah. That was
My
it's-
son's birthday was Saturday, Winton.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
Junior,
birthday
yeah.
Saturday?
Uh-huh.
They young, they stupid, they did something.
They party.
Did they party him on the parkers? Did they party?
Oh, I know they went to a restaurant. Hey, man, them young people, you can't tell them nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
And some
You know.
old people too, Steve.
Yeah.
And some
But then
old
when I
people,
told
you
his
can't
ass he
tell them
can't come back over here, now, Dad, I can't come over to the house. No. No.
Wow.
What
Don't
did
get it.
Marjorie say when he asked?
Now, whatever your dad, Marjorie worse than me. She the president of Center for Disease Control. I know getting help. Thank you. She'd have sent
so
everybody
sad.
home. It'd be people in here working. She just send them home. I'd be going, baby, they working. They mask wasn't all the way up.
So she just tap him on their shoulder.
Thank you.
And she,
Excuse
thank
me,
you for
leave
coming.
the house.
No, really? I
No,
love it.
seriously,
Nothing to
man.
play with.
Telling you, man.
Serious, man.
You got to have your mask on in here, man.
Yeah.
And it's
And
hard to wear
nobody
it
playing
inside. Woo.
It's hard to wear that mask. I was in the gym working out with the mask on.
Yeah, it's tough.
That air be hot under that mask, don't it?
Yes.
That air be hot. It be hot when you working out, and then you put that mask on. Man, I'd rather
Wow.
be fat.
Let that be the reason.
Yeah.
The mask.
Yeah, that's what I'm going
hot.
for. Yeah, I had to quit working out during COVID because I couldn't wear the mask no more. I was allergic to hot ass air.
Okay.
Man.
But nothing special, huh, Junior?
Nah, nothing special, you know.
Okay.
Good. I'm glad to be back. Thank y'all for all the birthday wishes, man. Fans was just, man, it's so much love.
I'm hoping we'll get a birthday poem out of you.
Girl,
But,
Yeah,
got you.
all right, coming up at 32 minutes after the hour. Get ready for Steve's Ask the CLO segment. That's coming up right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, time now for Steve to help some of our listeners with their relationships. This is our favorite segment, Ask the CLO. You can submit your questions to Steve Harvey FM. Are you ready, Mr. CLO?
Yes.
This one is for Shun in D.C. I like it. Shun says, I'm a 45-year-old married woman that loves old school music. I grew up listening to old school music and playing records with my mom. My favorite is Teddy Pendergrass. I could make love to him every night. My husband is 45 too, but he only likes hip hop and rap music. I don't mind listening to it every now and then, but he wants to be intimate with hip hop music on. I try to get him to compromise by listening to Keith Sweat, but he's not even into that. I can't get into the mood to 2 Chainz music, and it's messing up my mojo. How can I get him to compromise for sex?
Stop having sex.
2 Chainz.
Stop having it. If you're a man and you ain't willing to make that sacrifice, so you can get yourself taken care of, your business handled, making love. If you don't have it to rap, you can't have it. But your girl want R&B. Now we have so much Sade and Nita Baker in that damn room. You'd be so sick of me, Luther. Dog, you wouldn't hear nothing.
Turn off the lights.
Girl, it'd be so sad. Turn them off. That's a part of all the rapping we gonna do. Turn them off. That's the only part.
She even like Key Sweat. Shout out to Key.
Yeah.
What up,
When they go round and round.
Yeah.
Come on, Key.
Come on, Key.
All right,
Make it
this
last.
So that's it. He needs to compromise. She's right.
Dog,
You're
all
saying-
she got to do is I can't do it to that. I can do it to this real good, but I can't do it to that.
Okay.
Not say that to it.
See how, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Fredo in Tallahassee says, I've been dating a great woman for 8 months, and I was trying to be faithful, but my old ways caught up with me, and I had a threesome with my ex-girlfriend and another chick I used to date. I'm only 24. So I guess I shouldn't have tried to be in a serious relationship right now. My girl saw the video of my threesome on my phone, and I flipped out because she went through my phone. I'm holding on strong to the defense that she shouldn't be snooping. She's not. He must listen to this show a lot. She's not trying to hear that, and she will not speak to me. How can I fix this and get my girl back?
Bruh, you gotta be, you're kidding me, right?
Come on, CLO.
Listen to me, dog. You 24. You've been seeing this girl for 8 months. Then your old ways slip back. You had a threesome with your ex and a girl she know. Boom. You recorded it on your phone. She been snooping through your phone and found it. You holding strong to the you shouldn't be stupid, but now you can't get your girl back. But you just said you only 24. You don't even know why you trying to be in an intimate relationship. You ain't ready for no commitment. Dog, go on and do you. You ain't finna get this one back though, dog. This one is gone. This chick done flew the coop. This one's a wrap.
Well,
Dog.
after the video, yeah.
Bruh, I mean,
phone though, Steve. What he say?
bruh, you can't hold on to that one. But you gotta let that go.
He listens
No,
to this show.
you've been sitting up here. You ain't supposed to snoop through my phone. Correct. She's not supposed to snoop through your phone. But she did, and guess what she saw? Now, you dating her, in her mind, ain't supposed to be having no damn threesome.
Saw a threesome on my phone.
With your ex?
What you
Boy.
doing on my phone?
All this is a wrap. You lucky you still living, really.
Yes.
Thank God for that blessing, man. And hang
Why
in
my
there,
leg
dog.
in the air? You
Yeah.
in my phone?
You don't do that to me. Well, you don't never bring your friends. Oh, see, all this finna go bad for you, dog.
All right, Unhappy in Denver says, I'm a 28-year-old married woman and I'm unhappily married. My husband thinks that buying me things and 5-minute sex is enough, but I need more than the kiss on my head before he leaves for work. I started having an affair 2 months ago, and my lover shows me a lot of attention, and he has reminded me that I'm special. The sex is passionate, and it's like he taps into my soul when we're intimate. I have been married for 5 years, and I'm ready to get a divorce, but not necessarily to be with my lover. So how can I tell if divorce is the right move or not?
First of all, stop lying. You just told me that a man touches you and taps into your soul. So you can even reverse that and say when the man is tapping you, he touches your soul. You can say this any way you want to, but that's what this damn lat about. Now, you want a damn divorce, but it ain't got nothing to do with that man. That's just a damn lie. That's a lie. You want the
said not
divorce.
necessarily, yeah.
Now, yeah, but here's the deal. You need the 5-minute sex, he buys you things, and he kiss you on the forehead before he go to work.
2 out of 3 ain't bad, but anyway, go ahead.
So he buying you stuff,
Yes.
It is what it
and
is.
you do get a kiss on the forehead.
Come on.
That's 6%.
And all you got to do is try to get this 5 turned into 15, and bam, you in a healthy marriage.
We're good.
Cause the bride stuff and kissing on the forehead is a pretty good deal after a while.
Nobody mad. Who's mad at that?
Now, if you just want to just be in there doing Ringling Brother activities, then you got to go with this dude you done had the affair with. But you're wrong, and this whole thing can probably backfire on you. I would suggest talking to your husband about them 5 minutes.
Because she's
See
really
if you
young,
can't stretch
Steve.
it out a little bit more than that.
28. She's been married for 5 years. She's been married since she was 23. Wow.
That's young.
Yeah, but
You know, if you can get a strong 12 in,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
You
talking
got
about
to compromise.
I'm talking about hella though. I'm talking about but hella.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, man, where you up in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about up,
Wow. All right. Thank you as always.
performing.
CLO, we love you. Coming up next, church complaints with Reverend Motown and Deacon Def Jam right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, Miss Ann is here with our national news for today. Plus, in entertainment news, we are sending out prayers of healing for our girl, Tamar Braxton. And in other entertainment and music news, August Alsina drops a new song. It's called, guess what? Entanglements, of course. What else would it be named, right? But first, it is Monday. Time for Reverend Motown and Deacon Def Jam. They are here with church complaints.
No, you don't go before I go. I moan before you moan.
Okay, well, we're going and moan then.
Well, I couldn't because you was already moaning.
They're arguing about the moaning? I know, it's a moaning argument.
We're going and moan.
Yeah. We gather every Monday morning to show the sheer ungratefulness of the entire congregation. These is called church complaints.
That's right. That's what
They are led by him now,
Yeah.
who is their complaintee.
But I'm not.
Go ahead. Just go ahead.
All right, Pastor. Here we go. The minister of music, Cicero the Sissy, said, if you can't come to Zoom choir rehearsal, okay, then you can't sing in Zoom service. All right. Now, if you try, what he wants you to give him the right to be able to do this. If they do show up trying to sing, he wants you to be able to give him the authority to put them on mute, Pastor. You can't come. If you don't come to rehearsal, you can't just show up at Zoom service and start singing. He wants to be able to put them on mute if you wasn't at rehearsal. That's not.
I'm going to have to give him my consent. If you're not at the Zoom rehearsals,
Yeah.
you can't have a Zoom vocal part in the Zooming of the choir.
That's right.
I
That's
agree. You shall be put on mute if you can't make it to the Zoom rehearsal.
You shall be what, Pastor?
Shall be put on mute if you can't make the Zoom rehearsal. I muted them last week my damn self because I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
And that's what I'm talking about, Pastor. I'm so glad you heard it because I didn't know if you heard
Good
it.
Lord Almighty. Some people needs to be standing next to someone else to get their note. Lot of off-key singing.
You better preach, Pastor. You better minister.
Go ahead.
Preaching up in here. Pastor, the members are asking you, Pastor, to put the news in the background during the Zoom service so they can see what's going on in the world while you are preaching the sermon. They want you to have the TV. You understand, Pastor? They want the TV behind you to have the news on it. CNN, so we can get the news and the service at the same time. And
We are
need to
not interrupting my sermon with news. Our president. Two things, whether I'm zooming or not, is going to be happening. The president is still ignorant and will be saying ignorant stuff throughout the year.
Yes,
And
sir.
so, as of right now, the damn coronavirus ain't going nowhere.
Right. Yeah,
And which is why we zooming in the first place. So why would you need to look at the news as to why we zooming? Because your ass is you can't come down here.
Preach,
You better
Pastor, preach. Yes.
What they wanted to do.
Social distancing is the reason we zooming now.
Yes, sir.
Right, and
Yes, sir.
I get that, but what they wanted to do, Pastor, is not only they wanted to hear your sermon, but they also wanted to see the news at the same time.
What I want to do is go and have a cigar and a glass of scotch down at Romeo's Cigar Bar. But we can't do that now because y'all fools down here in Georgia won't wear your damn mask, and now we about to get locked down again. Then the governor, funky ass, trying to sue Keisha, and Keisha trying to save everybody's life, and the damn governor packed so far up a Trump booty parts, and not to mention, damn Kanye just said that Harry Tubman ain't free nobody. His black ass. That's why we're not having news behind me while I'm talking.
Hey, man.
We not having it.
Wait, slow down. Now, we started out. What?
It's a lot.
Kanye said.
How did Kanye get in this?
That's what we all want to know.
It's the news. How he got in the race.
How is anyone taking this obliterated fool?
Yeah.
Like we already got one.
Yeah. You right about this now.
Nah, he at a campaign rally in the Carolinas and it said Harry Tubman ain't really free slaves. She had him working for other white folk.
He said it. And what he had on when he said
What?
it?
He had on a bulletproof vest or a straight jacket. I couldn't tell which one
It
it
was
was.
the best, Pastor. Best.
Well, now, Pastor,
like
you
what?
know he has not had his medication in a while.
That ain't
You
got
know
a damn thing to do with medicine.
No, Pastor, it do. That's
Stupidity, there is not a pill for that. You should know that.
Amen, Pastor.
Go ahead, man.
Amen.
There
All
are no
right, Pastor,
pills.
we need you to talk to Sister Chandra Whitaker. Now, you need to speak with her. She shouted during service on Sunday on Zoom. Now, the problem is this, Pastor. She had a very nice blouse on when service was going on. But when she shouted, she didn't have nothing on from the navel down, and that's the problem. You got to talk to her, Pastor.
I can't address this unless I have the Zoom footage.
Oh, no.
So you saying you want to see it? Is that what you
In
mean?
order to issue the proper comment. See, right there, Deacon, is the reason we not going to have the news on while I'm talking.
Pastor, she shouted.
We got people shouting.
Yeah.
Ain't got no clothes on from neck down.
No, from the neighbor down. Now,
From
she had a
neighbor
blouse
down.
on that was perfect, and she was
That's
enjoying
beautiful.
service.
She stood up and forgot she was
Yes.
zooming from her house and
Yes.
zoomed all just butt. Just zoom, her whole butt just zoomed in.
Well, it wasn't butt, Pastor.
Now
it was
you got
ass.
that, you got Kanye,
Yeah.
this ignorant ass boy. It's too much in the news now.
Amen, Pastor.
Amen
All right.
again.
Well, thank you, Pastor. Thank you, Deacon. Coming up at the top of the hour, entertainment and national news right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
In today's entertainment news, on Saturday, August Alsina dropped his brand new single. It's called Entanglements. It features Rick Ross. We all know.
How convenient.
Yeah, right. We all know Entanglement
You know
is,
what? This starting to sound like a game. Just come on, Shirley. Really?
Well,
come
he's
on.
trying to make money off of it now. I mean, and he was hurt. He said he was in love. All right, but check it out, though. We all know entanglement is the term that Jada Pinkett Smith used when she described her relationship with August on an episode of Red Table Talk with Will Smith. Some of the lyrics from August's song include the definition of entanglement is when you tangle in the sheets. Ricky Rose's lyrics on the song said willpower and being jaded. So, you know.
On the slide, too. Rose's lyrics.
It's too much.
We're all capitalists,
It
right?
really is. I can't be worried about what August Alsina going through.
That song ain't gonna make that much money.
You don't think so?
I mean, first of all, it's hard to make money off recordings anymore because they steal the music. Nobody's
buying the streaming. They
streaming, but I mean, how many? I'm just saying, whatever the money you making, is it worth that? And my answer is a flat out no. You could try to capitalize on something and make money. Just remember that girl that did the little sex tape and was hanging on the shower curtain?
Mimi?
Where's she at now?
She's still on Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah, she's on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Mm-hmm.
She's still doing what she was doing before the sex tape. She's still doing that.
Yeah.
Now, I don't care nothing about August. I'm in an entanglement myself.
What do you mean? You've been on vacation. You got entangled when you were on vacation?
Yeah, I'm dealing with COVID.
Oh.
Wound up with this.
You got COVID, Junior?
No, I'm dealing with it. The whole thing, Tommy. Just COVID. It's just COVID right now. Everything. You can't go nowhere. Can't do nothing. That's an entanglement.
Oh. Because we thought you...
house. No.
We thought you was with an older woman.
Yeah, that's what we thought, Junior.
Right.
You were in love.
No. Just tired of this. Just sick of
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Trump said it'd be gone in a minute, so you got that. You do
He
that.
said that in February.
I know.
He said when it was 1,200 cases, it's going to be down to none in 2 weeks.
Yeah, he said
We
it was
almost
15,
said
it was going to be gone. He also said he's going to build a wall, going to have clean coal, all of that stuff. So, yeah, you got all that to look forward to, right?
Wow. Well...
Lies just to be lying.
He can say anything. He can say anything that comes to his head, whether it's true or not.
He's saying anything that he'll think will get him the votes in November and make him win again. Also in entertainment news, we're all sending our prayer of healing out to Tamar Braxton and the entire Braxton family. Tamar was rushed to the hospital in Los Angeles on Thursday night after she allegedly attempted suicide. Police and EMTs, this is so sad, responded to a call from the Ritz-Carlton Hotel. And when they found Tamar in her room unconscious, her boyfriend told them that she may have overdosed on unspecified pills and alcohol. He explained that she'd been upset earlier in the day and had threatened the idea of suicide. The Braxton family is asking friends and family and fans for their prayers. And we definitely are sending out our prayers from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Yeah,
Come on,
Steve.
Tamar.
Yeah.
Come on, baby.
We love you, Tamar.
Yeah, we
Come
do.
on, girl.
We're pulling for you and the whole Braxton family. Wow. All right, Steve, time to move on and get to some headlines, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Ann Tripp.
Thank you very much, everybody. This is Ann Tripp with the news. And here we go. According to reports, the coronavirus is spreading faster in affluent suburbs like Orange County, California now than in L.A. County. That's a switch. The L.A. Times says that over the last week, Orange County, as well as two other suburban neighborhoods, Riverside and San Bernardino, have reported higher COVID cases per capita than L.A. County. However, President Trump is downplaying the uptick in the nation's corona infection rate, telling Chris Wallace on Fox News Sunday that it's just an uptick in testing, not disease.
Many of those cases are young people that would heal in a day. They have the sniffles, and we put it down as a test. Many of them, people are going to get better, and in many cases, they're going to get better very quickly. Cases are up because we have the best testing in the world.
That's what he says. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, however, suggests the Trump administration is sick with incompetence, as he puts it. House Democrats are demanding that the Justice Department open an investigation into the Trump administration's use of force against peaceful protesters in Washington, D.C. and in Portland, Oregon. They want to know why so much force had to be used. 2 white men in Indiana have been charged in connection with an alleged July 4th assault against a black man where he says they tried to lynch him. And there's video as part of the incident. Vox Buck, happens to be he's the victim. He's a member of the Monroe County Human Rights Commission in Bloomington, Indiana. Finally, America lost 2 great men on Friday. Georgia Congressman John Lewis and the Reverend Cordy Tyndall, or C.T. Vivian. Congressman Lewis and Reverend Vivian were in the forefront of the legendary struggle for racial justice in this country. Both men worked with the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. Lewis, at the age of 23, was the keynote speaker at the historic March on Washington in 1963. 2 years later, he was nearly beaten to death by state and local police on what became known as Bloody Sunday in Selma, Alabama. Pictures of what happened that day helped to galvanize support for the Civil Rights Act of 1965. Congressman Lewis. Reverend Vivian, meanwhile, worked alongside the Reverend King in the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. And also, like Lewis, Reverend C.T. Vivian was also a freedom rider, which meant he rode the buses and sat in at racist lunch counters. Later in life, both Congressman Lewis and the Reverend Vivian were awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom by the nation's first black president, Barack Obama. Lewis said it was like an out-of-body experience. Representative John Lewis died at age 80 on Friday. After losing a battle with cancer, Reverend C.T. Vivian died of natural causes at age 95. Now back to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, Kanye West was in J. Anthony Brown's hometown, his home state, I should say, of South Carolina.
He was in Columbia?
He was in South Carolina, his home state. For his first campaign rally in North Charleston, Kanye wore a security vest. He had 2020 shaved in his hair. He addressed issues of gun violence and abortion. But what we couldn't believe was what Kanye claimed about abolitionist Harriet Tubman. Take a listen, please.
So that's a Stephen move. When Harriet Tubman never actually freed the slaves. She just had the slaves go work for other white people.
What?
You know, can I just say something?
What?
Can I just say something?
Yes,
we don't
please,
need
Jay.
this right now, Kanye. We're trying to win a real serious race in South Carolina with Lindsey Graham.
But Jay, wait.
This is what I want to do right here. I want to find a pilot who flew his ass down there and beat his ass. That's who I want to find. I want to find the person who gassed the plane up. I want to beat his ass too. I want to find the limo driver who drove him to the event and the person who rented the event to Kanye. They all need their ass beat right now. That's all I have to say.
Jay, has he done his history, though, for him to say that Miss Harriet didn't free nobody?
You already said, no, he ain't read no history.
Yeah, he ain't really know nothing about history. Only history he knows is yesterday.
God.
That's the only history done.
The only person who can verify what Harriet Tubman
And
did
it
on
don't
this show.
stop, y'all. Can I just tell y'all this? He's already picked out his cabinet.
Oh,
He's
who's
picked his
oh,
cabinet.
really? In the birthday
Yes.
party.
Yeah.
In the birthday
In the
party.
birthday party. Check this out. Secretary of Prison Reform, DMX. Give me a break with this. Come on now.
Is this
I want a
Secretary
reform.
of Haircut.
what I
Secretary
do.
of Haircuts and Salons. Secretary of Haircuts and Salons. Stephen A. Smith, LeBron James, and Tiffany Haddish. What? Give me a break. Secretary of Entertainment, Monique. The new name of her company
Monique?
is Yetflix.
Oh,
because
precious.
they haven't made anything
Precious.
yet, so it's Yetflix. Secretary
baby.
of Sound, Words, and Spelling, Floyd Mayweather. That's give me a break with this. Secretary of Tax Reform. Secretary of Tax Reform, Wesley Snipes. Seriously?
What? He
And
over
the
taxes?
last but not least, Secretary of Race Relations. Secretary of Race Relations. Nick Cannon, I'll be damned. We can't win like this. We can't win.
We're losing by a landslide. Oh my
All right,
God.
thank you, Jay. Time to switch gears again. Coming up at 34 minutes after the hour, because that's what we do on the show. We talk about the extraordinary life of service as we honor civil rights icon, Representative John Lewis, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Representative John Lewis passed away on Friday. He was 80 years old. Congressman Lewis's death comes several months after he revealed that doctors were treating him for stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Representative Lewis served on the House of Representatives for more than 3 decades, more than 30 years, Steve. According to the Black Information Network, Representative Lewis was one of the original freedom riders. He was the youngest keynote speaker from the 1963 March on Washington. He was the leader of the Bloody Sunday March in Selma, Alabama, back in 1965. And I want you right now to take a listen to Reverend Jim Clyburn of South Carolina. He's going to talk about our hero and his friend, Congressman John Lewis.
We're going to miss John Lewis, but John Lewis will be forever in our hearts, in our minds, and yes, in our souls. I'm doing this tape during sunrise because I do believe that as the sun set on John Lewis's life last night, the sun rises on a movement that will never die. Thank you, John. Rest in peace, my brother.
Wow.
Yeah, you know, he was who devoted his entire self for the right of justice and equality for black people.
Yeah.
I mean, this dude, man, was so well respected in Washington. Everybody respected him. You know, with the exception of the president, who he respects nobody. But, you know, because the things he said to him when he confronted him about, you know, take care of your district before you come up here talking to me about anything. That's the type of president we have. But John Lewis, man, was a cool dude. The last time I saw him was at the Beloved event at Chick-fil-A we did together in Atlanta at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and Bruno Mars performed. And we had a funny moment on stage because we were on stage together. I brought him up to do this presentation, and this lady came up on stage who was part of the presentation, and she started dancing, and she tried to cozy up under John Lewis there. We on this big stage, and I stepped in front of him because I was on stage with him. I said, no, man. You can't be up here dancing with no damn body. Donald Trump see this, your ass gonna be a tweet. I said, he can tweet about me. I can't lose my political career. So it was kind of a cool moment we had. But he was always, man, at the forefront of the fight for justice and equality for black people. He didn't care how you felt about it. He didn't care what you thought. I mean, this dude was the real frontline soldier. And if it wasn't for John Lewis, we are not where we are today in terms of civil rights. The Voting Rights Act, integration, housing, schooling, prison reform. This man right here didn't miss out on no causes. He was that guy. One of the great men that will go down in history as one of the great men of civil rights.
That's so true. It's so sad in a sense because he's always been there. You know what I mean?
Yes.
There's never been a time when we haven't, in civil rights and things like this, that you haven't thought about Representative Lewis, or he hasn't spoken about it, or just been, like you said, Steve, on the forefront. He's always been there, you know, so his legacy will live on forever. Yes.
Just like President Obama said, Shirley, I didn't mean to cut you off, his legacy will live in a remarkable way.
Yes.
You know, his life, man, just a hero, basically.
Yes, absolutely. Over 30 years.
Right.
Yeah.
What a great career. Great.
Yeah.
Career and life.
Yeah. And just one of the guys that, as we go into this movement, we can learn so much for the way he handled the civil rights movement and his ways and methods It'd be great. That's what we learn from people like that as we go forward with this Black Lives Matter movement.
That's right, Steve. And coming up, we'll have more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, right about 4 minutes after, it's today's Strawberry Letter. Subject, I love my man, but I'm cool with his ex-wife, too. Okay? I love my man.
I like that, though. I like that.
But I'm cool with his ex-wife,
See that
too.
right there? See, that's when everybody getting along. That's what I'm talking about. And that's the kind of world I'm trying to... I'm sorry.
Wait till you hear the letter. But right now, the nephew in
It's the kind of world I'm trying to
hear him.
live in. Like
You
that.
hear him. What you got for us, Neff? Prank phone call wise.
Deborah K. Deborah K. Deborah K. Okay? We got not ladies, all you ladies, listen up, pull over. You know, if you're in your car, pull over, because we about to do some hair right now. We are in the middle of Deborah K. We on our way to one of the baddest hairstylists in Atlanta, GA. This is Deborah K. Take a listen.
Hello?
May I speak to
This
Let me tell you something to you. My name is Wayne. You did my auntie's hair yesterday, and now I don't know what you did. I don't know what kind of glue you'd use with weaves or whatever, but my auntie had and fell out in church today.
well, I don't even use glue, so I don't even know why you coming at me on the side tip anyway about your auntie.
My
Who
auntie
the is your auntie?
My auntie is Deborah, and her hair fell out.
No, Deborah. I don't do no Deborah hair. You talking about I use glue? I don't use glue. I've been sewing hair since 1982. You coming at me with some glue? I don't do no glue.
Who you think you tripping with? Look, let me tell you.
You coming at me on some side? I did some Deborah. I don't even know no Deborah.
Look, let me say this to you. All I'm saying is...
You gotta say what you gotta say, because I'm serious about my hair weave. You coming at me with some glue. It's too hot for some glue. That be done melted on the side of your head.
Well, that's what happened, and her hair fell off in service, and all the church members is sitting there laughing at her.
Well, she shouldn't have been. Maybe she trying to get the devil out of her, because she ain't had no business shouting that damn hard anyway, but I don't with no glue.
You ain't finna sit here and talk about my auntie and her Jesus. Don't you talk about how she shout.
Auntie, I don't even know this lady. I don't even know that. You talking about glue? I don't do glue.
They call her Miss Deborah.
I don't know no Miss Deborah.
She just got her hair done from you yesterday. How you gonna sit here and act like you ain't cut it? Yesterday.
I didn't cut God, you just said glue. Tell Deborah to call me. Tell her to be a real woman and call me and tell me the mistake I done made. Because I don't remember no Deborah and I ain't used no glue.
I'm finna tell everybody in Atlanta, Georgia not to come to your house.
Wait a minute. Wait 1 minute. You wait 1 minute. That's my livelihood you with. Now, I don't need you. Who is this? Who are you?
My name is Wayne.
Well, I don't know no Wayne. Look here, Wayne.
I know you don't know Wayne, but you know.
I'm tell you, I got a brother named Big J and Leroy. Bring your Wayne. Bring your Wayne.
Look, let me tell you something. I don't want no problem, but I will throw these hands if I got to.
What? Big J number throw them hands on. Look here. I ain't got time to tell your auntie whoever made the mistake, it wasn't me. Now look, you done got me out here on Good Sunday. I just came from church. It's hot as hell, and you telling me about some glue? You ain't got to do today, do you? You ain't got nothing to do.
I got to find out why my auntie hair falling out in church.
Well, it ain't me, so call somebody else in Atlanta. Cause I am the been the since '82.
But you must not be it right now. You got people hair falling out in church and glue falling all off on the pews.
Don't say your auntie probably glued her own and that's probably why it fell out. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm the hottest stylist in Atlanta. So I don't know who no Deborah. She ain't nobody. I ain't do her hair. I don't up hair. You can call any and everybody in Atlanta. They'll tell you the same thing.
Look. All I'm saying is, you done messed up my auntie hair. I want to get it rectified. I need you, first of all, to call and apologize to her.
Apologize? Have you done low show? You been drinking on some Jesus juice with your auntie. That's why her hair fell out. You and Michael Jackson and your auntie Deborah Cece or whatever her name is.
Look, let me tell you. First of all, you gonna respect my auntie.
Okay, whatever you say her name is, I with her.
I want you to redo my auntie hair for free and give her money back from the first time she paid you.
I don't know who this. Hold on. I don't know who this. I don't know who you are.
I'm Wayne.
Why you coming? Wayne, look here, Wayne. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to hang up in your face,
No,
Wayne.
hold up. I'm Deborah nephew Wayne. Nah, I ain't 52 years old. Now, if you ain't going to respect your elders, how you expect to be blessed? You say you just went to church this morning.
See, that's the problem. You calling me on Sunday with some got me cussing like this. See, now I got to go back inside and have a conference with my pastor behind some
I got one more thing I need to say to you before I get off the phone.
What say what you got to say, because you wasting my minutes.
This is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. You just got pranked from your girlfriend.
Oh, Lord. I was about to have my brothers come whoop your That got me. That got me. Nephew Tommy.
What's up, man? Your girl told me, she said, trust me, going off the first 12 seconds.
She know. She know what it is, Nephew Tommy. Tommy.
Hey, baby, let me ask you. You don't do no glue?
No, I don't no glue. I don't. Hey, I can tell you, I don't no glue. It's too hot.
It's too hot for glue.
Too hot for the glue.
All right, baby. Ain't nobody half fell out of church tonight. They say you the bomb down there, so I just wanted to call and make sure I prank my girl. She the one.
Oh, I'm gonna up on sight. On sight.
All right, baby, answer one thing for me. What is the baddest, the baddest radio show in the world?
The Steve Harvey Morning Show.
And there you have it. Deborah K.
Deborah K. not playing.
Deborah K.
You messed. Okay, keep on here.
Can I do this? Can I do One Gotta Go? Jay came up with a bit called One Gotta Go. Can I do One Gotta Go?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to do One Gotta Go. Y'all tell me what you think.
Let me hear what you got.
All right, here we go, Jay. You can only go to one concert. Just one. Whitney Houston, Luther Vandross, Prince, or Michael Jackson.
Who's got to go?
Oh, Lord.
Hey, you know what? It ain't. It's not which one gotta go, Jay. Which one do you go to?
I'm going to
Whitney Houston, Luther Vandross.
But it's one you can't go to, right?
No. You can only go to one.
Out of all four, you can only go to one. I know. Oh, God.
Whitney, Luther,
I'm
Prince,
telling you, we heard
Michael.
you.
Well, you frustrated.
Like
you frustrated him.
No, but you keep saying it 4 times like ain't nobody got it. I'm going to Luther's first. I'm going to Michael's second. I go to Prince's third. Then I go to Whitney's.
I'm not going to Prince's at all. I don't have that much time. I don't have that much time on my hand to be in one damn place. I just don't. I can't be at a concert for 7 hours.
Which one you going to, Jay? If you could only go to one.
I'm going to go see Luther. I'm going to go see Luther.
You doggone right. You damn right, Jay.
Luther,
you damn right.
Okay, I got you.
That's it.
Shirley and Carla, I'm coming to you next, Junior.
Man, I'm Prince was the first person that came to my mind, so I got to go to Prince. Because and I've been to I've seen all of them. And I love them all.
Yeah.
Carla?
I'm going to Prince.
I'm going to see Prince. Dearly beloved, when he turned the lights off.
We got here today. Junior boy, you got Whitney, you got Prince, you got Luther, and you also have the one and only Michael Jackson.
Y'all probably not gonna like my answer, but I'm not going because you didn't say Jodeci, so I'm not going.
You staying at home with your man.
I don't know why I'll be in there.
All right, we gotta go. Thank you, nephew. Coming up, it's the Strawberry Letter for today. Today's subject: I love my man, but I'm cool with his ex-wife too. We'll get into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, it's time now for the Strawberry Letter. And listen, if you need advice on relationships, dating, work, sex, parenting, and more, please submit your Strawberry Letter to steveharveyfm.com and click Submit Strawberry Letter. We could be reading your letter live on the air, just like we're going to read this one right here, right now.
Pop your paper. Buckle up and hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is, Strawberry Letter.
Thank you, nephew. Subject: I love my man, but I'm cool with his ex-wife too. Dear Steve and Shirley, I feel like I already know my answer, but I want your advice anyway. My partner and I have been dating for 7 years. Yes, 7. We are both divorced and have adult children. He is 63 and I am 49. His ex-wife and I have become good friends, and she has told me that he is a good man, but a terrible husband. We live in a big, beautiful home, but it's in his name only. He treats me like a queen in front of others, but behind closed doors, he's a different man. His ex-wife cheated on him because he was gone a lot as a fireman. He told me he took extra shifts to take care of his family, but his ex-wife said all of his extra shifts were with women all over town. I believe what his ex-wife tells me about him, and he can't stand that we're close. I have continued to try to work it out with him, and we are finally talking about marriage. There are only so many issues with him. He calls his ex-wife a garden tool, and he gets upset if I try to defend her. He says I have misplaced loyalty. Then there is the issue of him being a Trump supporter, and he has contributed to his campaign several times. Our finances are separate, so I'm not concerned with what he does with his money, but I don't know how he can support the current president. I will be 50 soon, and I want to be sure I am not wasting time with this guy. I hate to uproot and start over, so please help me. We have great sex, and he is a great father to his children. Is that enough to stick it out another 7 years to make this relationship work? Okay, this letter is about a whole lot of stuff. I mean, it's a lot. Dating for 7 years, friends with his ex-wife who says he's a good man, terrible husband, Trump supporter. All those things, stick out to me in the letter. But like I said, it's a lot going on in this letter. I'm assuming you want to marry him, but, why have you been with him this long, 7 years, without a ring or anything? Are you still trying to figure it out? Are you still trying to do that? I think it depends on who you believe. Do you believe his ex-wife? Because she does know a lot, but she did her dirt too. So can you really trust her? Is she trying to get back in there? I'm sure that he doesn't want you guys to be friends. I'm sure about that because of what she could still reveal to you about him. I mean, and do you love this guy? Do you love him? Never once did I hear you mention that. I don't really hear that in the letter. You say he's a Trump supporter. That bothers you. Behind closed doors, he treats you differently than he does in front of people. In front of people, he treats you like a queen. That bothers you. The good things you do have to say about him are not many. You said he's a great dad and the sex is great, and you want to know if this is enough. Well, is it? Is it to you just these two things? And I'm going to tell you, I don't think so. I think you need a lot more to make a good marriage stick and a good marriage work. So I think, you asked the question, should you spend another 7 years with this guy? It doesn't look like it. So far, I would have to say no. Steve?
I don't really see the redeeming qualities in here. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why you write us. You're dating this guy 7 years. He's 63. You 49. You done became cool with his ex-wife. Already, this is starting to not smell good. She told you that he's a good man but a terrible husband. Okay. What? We live in a big, beautiful home, but it's in his name only. Well, y'all just been dating for 7 years. Who name you want it to be in? If I'm dating a chick for 7 years, I'm not putting her name on my house. For what? We not married. All right, but keep that in mind.
Okay.
Now, he treats you like a queen, but behind closed doors, he's a different man. So I don't know, is he mistreating you? I didn't quite get that. His ex-wife cheated on him because he was gone a lot as a fireman. So I guess she told you that, huh? So she cheated since y'all cool. She told you she cheated because he was gone a lot as a fireman. He told me he took extra shifts to take care of his family. But his ex-wife said all of his extra shifts were with women all over town. I believe what his ex-wife tells me about him. Really? Didn't you just say she cheated on him?
She did her dirt too, yeah.
And now all his extra shifts was with women. Well, let me ask you a question. This big, beautiful home that he got, all his extra shifts was with women? How he get the big ass house? I mean, he'll fireman, you say, which is a great job, great career. A lot of great people fire people.
First responders, yeah.
Right, but he had to work some extra overtime to get this big, beautiful house you talking about. But you still want to believe her. This story right here, this story stink.
Yep.
You know, and he can't stand that y'all close. Yeah, because she telling everything. It's his past.
Yeah. All right, hang on, Steve,
All
for
right.
part 2. All right?
Yeah, all right. I'll be
Coming up. We'll have part 2 of Steve's response coming up at 23 minutes after the hour. Today's subject of the Strawberry Letter, I love my man, but I'm cool with his ex-wife too. We'll get back into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, Steve, come on. Let's recap today's Strawberry Letter. Subject, I love my man, but I'm cool with his ex-wife too.
Which is none but trouble. He's 63, you 49, you both divorced, you got beautiful kids, adult kids. His ex-wife has told you he's a good man, but tell husband, you all live in a big, beautiful home that he's bought. He treats you like a queen in front of other people, but behind closed doors, he's different. His ex-wife cheated on him because he was gone all the time working as a fireman. He told you he took extra shifts to take care of his family, but the ex-wife said all the extra shifts was women all over town. My question became, how the hell he get the big-ass house then? See? Yeah. Now,
as a working man, as a hard-working man, yeah.
Somebody got to work to get a big, beautiful home, all right? And you believe everything the ex-wife tell you. I'm curious about that. Yeah. And he can't stand that you all are close. I have continued to try to work it out with him, and we're finally talking about marriage. You're trying to work out what with him? See, I didn't see where you were trying to work anything out. Only thing you keep doing is going on what this woman done told you, that he's a good man but a terrible husband. So, and you said he's different behind closed doors. So I don't know what it is you're trying to work it out. So me and Shirley can't give you no advice on that. He calls his ex-wife a garden tool, and he gets upset if I try to defend her. He says, you have misplaced loyalties. Well, you do.
You do.
You do. That's a true statement. Now, the last thing that you having trouble with, he's a Trump supporter. Now, that's where I got to get off the merry-go-round.
Come on.
Now, that's where this whole thing just went to hell. I don't really give a damn how many poles he done slid down as a fireman. I don't care how many houses he done built. I don't really give a damn what this woman say his man did. He a hard-working man. He done built a big, beautiful house. You living, I got all that. But his ass is giving money to the Trump campaign.
Lots of it.
Right there. I'm done with his ass.
You want a divorce, Steve?
I don't know him. I don't see how you can live in the same house. She said, and he has contributed to his campaign several times. Our finances are separate, so I'm not concerned with what he does with his money. I would. Y'all not going to be able to live together.
They're not.
You're not going to be able to marry this Trump supporter. I can tell you that right now. The fallout finna be massive.
Yeah.
Especially
I mean, we in here arguing
years.
all day. We sitting up here, we got COVID, we ain't working.
Right.
We can't travel no damn where. We got a Muslim ban. We done built a wall. We done killed the DACA program. You don't like Black Lives Matter. You want to keep the Confederate flag. He lucky. The Trump supporter, I don't know. Come on, lady. This is all. Anyway, I will be 50 soon, and I want to make sure I'm not wasting time with this guy. It just sounds like a huge waste to me.
Yeah.
And I have a solution. I hate to uproot and start over, so please help me. We have great sex, and he's a great father to his children. Is that enough to stick it out another 7 years? Are you doing this in 7-year increments? Because I thought you said y'all was trying to get married, so you trying to hang in there for 7 more?
Another 7.
But I have a solution to this right here.
What is it, Steve? Tell her.
I think you should start seeing his ex-wife.
Huh? Wait.
They seem perfect.
They're just friends right now, Steve.
Oh, don't
serious?
y'all always say that's how the best relationships start?
Yeah.
As friends?
We do.
Well, y'all friends, y'all love each other. She either trying to get him back or get you with all these stories about it.
Exactly.
One of the two. So why don't you just start seeing her?
He's going to really hate her then. He doesn't want them to be friends.
Yep. He going to really hate y'all then.
Yeah,
but you believe everything your girlfriend, that the woman tells you about it. I don't see what you want with him, especially this Trump supporter man. I've got to be through with you. I'm back. I'm out. My ass is out.
Yeah, she only.
No, if I was dating a woman and a woman told me I have something to share with you, I'm a Trump supporter.
How do you digest that?
I'm not digesting that or the meal we at. Right? Matter of fact, I'm gonna get up and walk out, and you take whatever campaign money you was finna send to him and pay for that damn food because I'm in the car.
Yeah. What about?
I'm in the car driving off.
Steve, what about she's a Trump supporter, but the sex is really, really, really good?
Great, and that's what she says.
How you do that?
Yeah. How that with that MAGA hat on?
Yeah.
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 Because Kellyanne Conway, who works for the president, and her husband, they're opposites. Her husband does not support him. Yeah, and Kellyanne does. I mean, and they're married.
She's really, really fine, Steve.
And the sex is great.
Fine.
And the sex is great.
Well, I come over there, but I had to leave right away, though.
Compromise.
There'll be no cuddling.
All right, listen, post your comments on today's Strawberry Letter at Steve Harvey FM on Instagram and Facebook. And coming up at 46 minutes after the hour, he's back, Junior, with his birthday poem right after this. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
No, don't get down. Get up.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, happy birthday to all of the zodiac signs of Cancer, okay? Cancer time
baby.
right now. Happy birthday to you, yeah. And a happy belated birthday to our very own Junior. His birthday was on Saturday. Junior is here, and of course, he's got a birthday poem.
How old, Junior? How old are we?
42.
The 42?
Yeah, man. Chapter 4.
Go on, boy.
Right now,
Go on, boy.
Wow.
Y'all been knowing me since I was a kid.
Junior, let me tell you something. I wish I was 42, boy.
Man, you know what, man? I'll tell you one thing.
If I could go back like that to 42.
You'd stop at 42, Tommy?
But you know what,
42?
Jay? I could fix some things at 42.
Yeah,
if
man.
I could go back to 42.
All right, Junior, you got your
hell
poem.
would I want to be
I got this
42
poem.
again?
I got a poem.
Unc, you wouldn't want to be 42 no more?
Hell no.
Okay. Hold on.
Hell no.
42 with the money you got now.
And the woman I got now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm
But
going
my
to give you them
42.
two.
All right,
I'm going to give you
Junior.
them two.
I'm ready. Hey, here we go.
Ready?
I wrote this yesterday, but it was very important that I did this. Y'all check this out. This is called, I named it too. It's called Junior's Birthday Poem. These titles be deep. I don't even know why. I had nothing else at the time. That's what I went with.
That ain't Junior, but go ahead.
Here we go.
Go ahead, man.
Yesterday was my birthday. And I'm just glad to say the man upstairs allowed me to be here on earth just one more day. Yesterday was my birthday. I want to thank y'all for the text. So let's hope this virus is gone so we can do better for the next. Did I say yesterday was my birthday?
Yeah.
In case you didn't know, well, I'm saying it again on this morning show. Yesterday was my birthday. And to celebrate, it's not too late to give a gift or even a birthday cake. Did I forget to mention, yesterday was for me. It's a lot of different when you get older, and it's not the same when you was 3. So beat the drums, sound the horns, let the big parade, and Mom and Dad, I want to say thank you for that night I was made. Oh, and one more thing. Yesterday was my birthday. The end.
That's your poem.
That brought tears to my eyes. I don't know why y'all ain't in here crying.
Only to your eyes. What nobody else. Well, you enjoyed that?
Thank you. Happy birthday, Junior. Coming up at the top of the hour.
Sorry ass poem.
Interesting news. It was good. President Trump claims COVID-19 is coming under control as Florida's cases surge. What is going on? We'll talk about it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
President Trump pledged that the coronavirus was coming under control on Sunday. Florida reported over 12,000 new cases of COVID-19. The fifth day in a row, the state has announced over 10,000 new infections. The virus is claimed over 100.
But he say we good, though.
Yeah, he said it. Virus has claimed over 140,000 U.S. lives total since the pandemic started. And Florida, California, Texas, and other southern and western states shatter records every single day. During an interview on yesterday with Chris Wallace from Fox News, the president talked about the current state of the virus. Take a listen.
Than Russia, and the European Union has us on a travel ban.
Yeah, I think what we'll do, we have them on a travel ban too, Chris. I closed them off. If you remember, I was the one that did the European Union very early. But when you talk about mortality rates, I think it's the opposite. I think we have one of the lowest mortality rates in the world. We're going to take a look.
We had 900 deaths on a single day.
We will take a look.
This week.
Ready?
You can check it out.
Could you please get me the mortality rate?
Yeah.
Kaylee's right here. I heard we have one of the lowest, maybe the lowest mortality rate anywhere in the world. You have the numbers, please? Because I heard we had the best mortality rate.
These states have similarly situated countries, as Dr. Burks points out, and this is
number one low mortality rate. I hope you show this in there because it shows what fake news is all about. Okay,
I don't think I'm fake news.
Okay, really?
Wow. He didn't put all the countries in his report.
So,
yeah. He didn't.
He's just gonna lie to the end. He just gonna lie all the way to the end.
Well, like the UK leader said, you cannot lie and think your lies can resolve this issue. Because just by making false claims, we're the number one, we have the lowest mortality. Kelly, can I get those numbers? Can I get those? No, man, it's not fake news. It's not. This is on Fox.
It's not a game.
Yeah.
It's not a
This
game.
is on Fox because Fox is affected by this. The coronavirus is from Fox. The coronavirus is Chuck Woolery. You can get on there and tweet all you want. And now, sad to say, his son has it.
Yeah,
I don't
Chuck
want that. I don't wish
Woolery's
that
son.
on nobody. Mm-hmm. But now he's coming around. He said, wow, this is real. Because it's not a hoax. It's very, very real. In the beginning, I think all of us, we were hearing about the coronavirus. Now all of us know someone who has had it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All of us know someone. First we were just hearing the reports.
Right.
But now all of us know someone who has it or has had it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
A classmate of mine from Kent State passed this week, a Delta.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Wow, Steve.
From COVID.
Wow.
COVID-19.
Crazy, man.
Despite these record levels of new cases nationwide, the Trump administration is still pushing for schools to reopen in a few weeks and resisting a federal mandate to wear masks in public.
I'm worried about school.
Hold on 1 second. As a matter of fact, her name was Faye Callahan. She went to Kent State with us, and she passed. She was one of the sisters from Delta Sigma Theta. Faye Callahan passed from COVID. So, like I said, we all know somebody. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, we do.
No, I'm worried about school, Steve. I'm worried about in August. My son is 9. My daughter is by then she'll 15, 16 years old, and it's time for them to go to school. And I don't know what to do. I don't know if I'm supposed to keep my kids home and they do it via Zoom, or do I let my kids go to school? I don't know what to do, man. I'm just a parent, but I'm so concerned about their health and their well-being that I don't know what to do.
Just like all the parents that are listening right now.
I do not know what I'm supposed to do right now.
Well,
you're supposed to keep your children safe and healthy is what you're supposed to do.
That's the number one thing.
If they, never mind.
Yeah. All right. Coming up, more of today's trending stories on the Steve Harvey Morning Show at 20 minutes after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, so earlier we talked about the loss and the passing of civil rights icon Congressman John Lewis and his extraordinary life of service. Well, we also want to offer our condolences to our WHUR FM family in Washington, D.C. on the passing of WHUR family member Patrick Ellis. Now, Patrick Ellis worked with WHUR since the early 1970s, and he hosted, the number one rated Sunday morning gospel show. It's called Gospel Spirit. Patrick was a public affairs director, and throughout his tenure at WHUR, he spearheaded many impactful community initiatives. And again, we say our condolences going out to the staff at WHUR FM and the entire family of Mr. Patrick Ellis. Wow.
True legends, man.
Yeah.
Man, this has been some kind of year, I will say that.
This 20.
And you know what? And you know what's crazy about it, Carla? It ain't over. We still don't know what else has got left. I hope there's no more drama in this year. Uncle Steve,
we can get off that.
We started this year losing Kobe. We lost Kobe Bryant at the beginning of this year. Then we got COVID. And then we got bees or something coming from Africa. It just keeps going on and on and on. It don't stop, man.
Like I told my children, this ain't the worst year I've ever had.
All right. And on that note, Steve, we'll have more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Some bad years.
And some trending news coming up at 33 minutes after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Representative John Lewis passed away on Friday. He was 80 years old. Congressman Lewis's death comes several months after he revealed that doctors were treating him for stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Representative Lewis served on the House of Representatives for more than 3 decades, more than 30 years, Steve. According to the Black Information Network, Representative Lewis was one of the original Freedom Riders. He was the youngest keynote speaker from the 1963 March on Washington. He was the leader of the Bloody Sunday March in Selma, Alabama, back in 1965. And I want you right now to take a listen to Reverend Jim Clyburn of South Carolina. He's going to talk about our hero and his friend, Congressman John Lewis.
We're going to miss John Lewis, but John Lewis will be forever in our hearts, in our minds, and yes, in our souls. I'm doing this tape during sunrise because I do believe that as the sun set on John Lewis's life last night, the sun rises on a movement that will never die. Thank you, John. Rest in peace, my brother.
Wow.
Yeah, you know, he was who devoted his entire self for the right of justice and equality for black people. Yeah. I mean, this dude, man, was so well respected in Washington. Everybody respected him. You know, with the exception of the president, who he respects nobody. John Lewis, man, was a cool dude. The last time I saw him was at the Beloved event at Chick-fil-A we did together in Atlanta at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and Bruno Mars performed. And we had a funny moment on stage, and this lady came up on stage who was part of the presentation, and she started dancing. And I stepped in front of him because I was on stage with him and said, no, man. You can't be up here dancing with no damn body. Donald Trump see this, your ass gonna be a tweet. So it was kind of a cool moment we had. But he was always, man, at the forefront of the fight for justice and equality for black people. He didn't care how you felt about it. He didn't care what you thought. I mean, this dude was the real frontline soldier. And if it wasn't for John Lewis, we are not where we are today in terms of civil rights, the Voting Rights Act, integration, housing, schooling,
Yeah.
prison reform. This man right here didn't miss out on no causes.
Yeah.
He was that guy.
All right, coming up, it is our last break of the day.
Look here, Kanye ain't talking about nothing. You riding with me, you better bring your ass on.
Best one. All right, and coming up at 49 minutes after, the one and only Steve Harvey is here with some closing remarks right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, here we are, our last break of the day on this Monday. It's been a good day.
Yeah.
It's a great day.
Yeah, it's been a good day every day.
What a day. What a day.
Yeah.
All right, Steve, you can let us have it with
Hey,
your closing remarks. I know something's on your mind.
Well, I just kind of reiterate to make sure that we get focused here. The election is in November, and we need to get focused. We need to make sure that all of us are registered voters and that everyone in our family that is of age is a registered voter. And then we need to prepare to vote early. And if you don't vote early, we have to make sure we show up to vote on that day. This is probably one of the most important elections of our lifetime. I think the election of Barack Obama was one of the lifetime achievements for me personally and for a lot of us, because I personally thought I would never live to see the day that a black man would be president of this country. I was wrong. God is good. But this election right here is so important for us because we're in a time where this Black Lives Matter movement can really take form. And the reason I'm saying that is because, first of all, we have more than just black people fighting this cause right now. I went online to Nike the other day, and the first thing that popped up was Black Lives Matter. I'm watching a lot of companies pay attention to it now, talk about it, and now is the time to do something about this thing. This is a wrong that can be righted over a long time. Now, I'm not hearing much in terms of government policy right now, but I see a lot of corporations trying to fix some things. And so this movement has really taken hold, and I really do appreciate the young people's efforts out there. With that being said, we've got to make sure that we get the job done in November, that we've cast our votes, that we make ourselves heard, that we put a stamp on the Black Lives Movement. We put a seal of approval on the Black Lives Matter movement, because Black Lives Matter most when we have to be counted. Black Lives Matter most when we show that we can change the direction of an election. So we've got to get this thing done. And we got to be focused, y'all. None of this foolishness, this Kanye running for president in 2020, making statements about Harriet Tubman didn't really free slaves. She had them working for other white people. This type of, these things, are we kidding me? We don't have time for this. We really don't. J. Anthony Brown said it best off the air. We were talking. We ain't got time for this, man. This is a serious election coming up in November. We have a president that is so divisive, and he figures since he's not going to get the black vote, he's going to make sure he get every divisive white vote that he can. So he uses rhetoric that incites his base. He's saying that Black Lives Matter and the Confederate flag is freedom of speech. He's not saying anything one way or the other. He doesn't see how we're allowing these people to erase our history. Our history. See, this history that Donald Trump is talking about is what his hat was about in the beginning, that make America great again. His view of making America great again goes back to a time period where it just wasn't good for us. But he's comfortable with that. And that's what he's trying to do. Now, this is what he's trying to do to get reelected. If you let him win again, and he doesn't have to concern himself with being reelected, wow, what measures would he take? I mean, he's done some astonishing things as a president, sitting on his desk posing behind some beans. I mean, stuff that you've never seen happen in the White House. Negative comments about people directly, people's appearance. He's always lashing out at some African American, whether it's the movement, whether it's Colin Kaepernick, whether it's the athletes kneeling, but it's always directed at something we're doing because he knows how to stir up his base. We've got to get serious about this November election, y'all. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop until everybody says, you know what, he's right. We have to vote. We've said it before over and over and over again, but y'all, I can't even tell you how important this is. This is so important for us as a people because I'm telling you, we can send a message. See, the way they lobby for our votes and then get in there and do nothing. See, but this time though, they think we're going to be disinterested in the election, but we're going to fool them. We are very interested in this election. We are tired of you never having said anything about Aubrey's death. You didn't say anything about George Floyd's death. You didn't say anything about Eric Gardner. You haven't said anything to make the oppressed people in this country feel any better. You haven't said one thing to make black people think that you even would consider anything that they're possibly feeling. Because you don't. And since you don't, we don't either. And we're going to prove it in November. Watch. Watch. I got money on us.
For all Steve Harvey contests, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited. Participants must be legal U.S. residents at least 18 years old unless otherwise stated. For complete contest rules, visit SteveHarveyFM.com.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.